All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful tools your mind has, your attention. We're going to break down how it works, what shapes it, and this is the important part, how you can actually take control. So, let's get started and unlock the secrets to a much more focused mind. You know that feeling, right? Where your mental spotlight is just wandering all over the place, lighting up everything except the one thing you need to focus on. It can be so frustrating. But what if I told you that you can learn to operate that spotlight with real precision? See, the key to mastering your focus isn't just about willpower or trying harder. It's really about understanding the machine you're working with. The controls for your attention, they're built right into the complex, interconnected wiring of your brain. So, to figure out how to control it, we first have to see the machinery that's powering the whole thing. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain and look at the blueprint of your brain's attention system. And just so you know, this isn't some single attention center in the brain. Oh no, it's way more intricate and, honestly, more interesting than that. So don't think of attention as coming from one single spot. Instead, picture these powerful circuits. Scientists see them as a network of nodes. Those are the different brain areas that light up, and all the connections between them. It's this incredible teamwork that allows you to zero in on one task while totally filtering out all the noise. So how can we actually see these networks in action? Well, scientists have this amazing toolkit. An fMRI lets them see the brain's hotspots lighting up when you're doing a task. DTI literally maps out the physical wiring connecting everything. An EEG tracks the super fast electrical chatter in real time. And then there's dynamic causal modeling, or DCM, which is kind of like a traffic controller. It doesn't just show that brain areas are active, but how they influence each other to get a job done. It's like having a full diagnostic check for your brain's operating system. So we have this amazing, complex network. But how does it get that way? It turns out your ability to pay attention isn't just something you're born with and that's it. It is constantly being molded by these powerful forces, both internal and external, from the day you're born right through old age. You know, our ability to focus isn't static at all. It's always evolving. In infancy, the basic wiring for what's called executive attention, that's our ability to plan and make decisions, starts to form. Then, through childhood, those connections just get better and more efficient until we hit our peak in adulthood. And yeah, some control can decline as we get older, but here's the great news. Our brains can learn new tricks, new strategies to make up for it. So what exactly are these forces shaping our focus? Well, three big ones really stand out. First, your genes. Specific versions of genes, called alleles, have been linked to just how efficient your attention networks are. Second is your brain chemistry, especially what's going on in the prefrontal cortex, your brain's command center. And third, something we can all relate to, are emotions. How you feel right now has a direct and really powerful impact on your decisions and where you point that spotlight of focus. And this battle between emotion and rational thought is fascinating. It's like a constant tug of war happening inside your head. For instance, research shows there's a part of your brain called the anterior cingulate cortex that acts like a mediator. When you're feeling some kind of emotional conflict, it actually helps to calm down the more reactive parts, like the amygdala, which lets you get back in the driver's seat, cognitively speaking. And you know, as we age, the strategy itself changes. Studies show that younger brains tend to have a more flexible, faster shifting kind of attention. Older adults, on the other hand, often use a higher decision criterion, meaning they're more deliberate, more careful. Their attention might seem a bit more spread out, but it's really a shift in strategy, not just a decline in ability. Okay, so this brings us to the crucial point. If our attention is constantly being shaped by all these factors, can we be the ones to shape it? And the answer from all the research is a huge, resounding yes. Let's get into how. This simple sentence is just incredibly powerful. The science is so clear on this. Your focus is not some fixed trait that you're stuck with for life. It's a dynamic skill. And just like any other skill, it can be trained, it can be sharpened, and it can be seriously improved with the right kind of practice. And we now have a whole range of tools to do this. Things like working memory training have been shown to literally increase activity in key brain areas, which directly helps your attention. And get this? Certain action video games have been proven to actually modify and boost visual attention. Then, for more serious needs, there are things like attention process therapy for brain injuries. and even cutting-edge neurostimulation techniques being looked at to retune brain rhythms. But you know what? Maybe the most powerful tool of all is one you already have. It's called metacognition. This is the next level of control. It's not just using your attention, it's actively stepping back, watching how you're focusing, observing how you learn, and then making conscious changes. It's about becoming the manager of your own mind. So how does that actually work? Well, it's a pretty simple but profound three-step process. First, you just observe your own mind. Are you distracted? Are you struggling with a new idea? Second, you consciously choose a mental tool to help you out. Maybe you decide to try visualizing the concept. And third, you adapt. You see what's working, what isn't, and you adjust. This process makes your entire learning network adaptive. It's amazing. All of this leads us to a really powerful and honestly empowering conclusion about our own minds and our potential to direct them wherever we want. So if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. You have agency. Your ability to focus, to learn, to control that mental spotlight, it is not set in stone. It is a dynamic, trainable skill that you can actively build and strengthen for your entire life. And that leaves us with a really deep final question. We have the tools, we have the understanding to literally reshape our own minds. As we get more and more control over that spotlight of attention, the question isn't really, can we change anymore? It's, what do we want to become? What will you choose to focus on?